All right, so there's often a moment in your life where you actually have to make a decision. I'm a really big believer that people should quit their PhD when it's just not working out for them because it is not necessarily a profitable endeavor for you. You're not going to get a lot of value from this if you stick with something for a very long time and it is just not providing any value for you at this moment. In order to get value from the degree, in order to get value from actually becoming an academic or something along those lines, you have to stick with it for a very long time. So it's better off to call your, just cut off your pain before you actually sort of continue on with a particular process that you're doing and switch to something else. So here are 10 red flags indicating that you should quit your PhD. So the first one is if you just have not done any work in the last several months on your research. That's usually a really big indicator that a PhD is not for you. It is very much a solo endeavor and you have to pick up the workload and do it yourself. The second thing is if you keep lying to other people that you have completed parts of your research but you have not done that in any sort of way. So if you have to make up excuses about getting something done, you just haven't done it, probably means it's not for you. Because you are looking for all other kinds of things to do rather than actually doing your research. And this relates to the third thing is that if you despise your research, if every time you look at it, you just can't really get your mind into it and you really just don't like it, then that is a really strong indicator that doing a PhD is not for you. So the fourth thing is if you've exhausted all other possibilities to complete your research, right? So if you tried everything in your possible you have to do your research, you have to get it done, and you've tried everything that you thought possible to complete it and you just haven't been able to do it, you probably should go look for a different career that is going to sort of suit you better. You're going to get better returns from that than sticking with something that's just really difficult to actually complete for yourself. The fifth thing is if there's other people that have given you more than 3 chances to complete your work, and if you failed at every single time, it's a really strong indicator that it's just not for you, right? So, and the reason why I say 3, it's normally you're usually given 1 or 2 chances, and if you haven't completed your work at those moments, that's okay. Lots of people experience that in any sort of way, but if you keep not progressing and it's the 3rd time that you haven't progressed at something, it's a strong indicator that maybe you should go and try something else. Now, a 6th thing that you should maybe look at is if you have if other people have said that this particular thing that you've been working on should take about a month to actually complete, and you haven't seen yourself being able to complete it, it's probably a really strong indicator that doing a doctorate isn't for you. And I'm saying that you probably should get indicators. So if multiple people have said this should take about a month, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a daunting task in any sort of way, and you just can't see yourself completing it, you really should start thinking about something else rather than pushing towards the PhD. If you do, so the 7th thing is if you do more odd jobs than teaching, than completing your own research, then that is a really strong indicator, right? If you're teaching much more and you just start getting into that teaching track where you're just teaching and teaching and teaching, or you're doing all sorts of odd jobs rather than completing your research, by golly, you should complete this particular thing that you're actually working on, or get out.